welcome to the tea party. Do you know where your Bishonins are? They're here, actually. They're here at the tea party, waiting for you with a nice cup of tea. We have Bishonins and Bishojos, and Bisho of other varieties as well. NBB shows are invited as well. We have all of the Bisho flavors. I don't know where that was going, but that is where it went. Welcome to the Oto Monday Tea Party. Our flavor today is fictional romanceable characters that you can smooch with your lips. We should. We sell Bisho and Bisho accessories. Here for another exciting Otome week. Oh. Alright. Last week we avoided the bird cage, which was great. Don't know if it's gonna happen this week. I don't know. I'm expecting the bird cage to come into play because otherwise, why put a bird cage in the room? I don't know. But I feel like as soon as I click, it's gonna be Gretel screaming because I think that's where we left off. So I'm gonna recap real quick before I click on the load button, which is we spent most of last week in Gretel's flashback recounting everything we've experienced in the game so far, but from Gretel's POV, and got front row seats to watching him spiral. Just out of control. Like my life. But of course you're gonna get a solid cackle out of me, Autumn. You're hilarious and I love you. I love myself a good cackle. But I think before the flashback, Mr. Wizard was trying to strike a bargain with Gretel. He asked for jewels, and the jewels were in reference to either Eureka or Eureka's eyeballs. I wouldn't put it past a wizard to ask for someone's eyeballs, so for one, love punching hoodlums. What about lighting them on fire with high alcohol content liquids in a match? Because if so, I have great news for you. I think that Gretel would love to light hoodlums on fire with you. Free eyeballs. Whoa! Mr. Wizard over here like, hello, I would like eyeballs, please. Give me the eyeballs. Where is... My emote wall isn't working. Oh, well. Lighting them on fire with styrofoam infused eyes. Hi, Yuzu! Hi, Skellerman, hi, Yuzu, and hi, Autumn. And anyone else who pops in to watch. Okay, now I guess I'm gonna be brave and click on the load button. Yeah, listen, I think we loaded to him screaming. I don't know. He was mad. Yeah, we're not like in the gazebo, but we're to the side of it. If that counts as the goofy gazebo, or if the goofy gazebo is just around entirely, I'm just gonna click on load. Oh, okay. Cool. We got past the scream part. What happened? Oh, he is immediately sad, and I feel bad for doing a funny voice. Hi, Gretel. I can't read the words "what happened" without seeing the GIF from of a mouse, Mickey Mouse, running up to Minnie and just like, what happened? That GIF killed me. I'm sorry. My brain always pulls that GIF up. Anyways. Oh, okay. As soon as he saw me, Gretel collapsed on the spot. That's bad. Oh, yeah, a lot has gone on. Gretel? I jumped out of bed and tried to approach him. Whoa! But my ribbon snagged on something and I fell to the floor like a sack of potatoes. Ow, 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 ow. This is why you have to be careful with ribbons. As it turned out, trying to move around in the dark was a lot trickier than you'd think. Especially when your hands and feet were bound. Thank you. He helped me to my feet, then pulled me into a hug. Gretel? Looking up at him, I was startled to see his eyes full of tears. Then he pulled my head against his chest like he didn't want me to see them. Oh.
姉さんは誰にも渡したくない。
Okay.
姉さんは僕の宝物なんだ。姉さんがいなくなったら僕には何も残らない。
Okay. I mean, yeah, we've established this, but I still love you even though you're hyper dependent on me.
だから僕は自分の手で守るしかないんだ。
Mr. Wizard's like, could I have your sister? And Gretel's just immediate trauma.
姉さんは誰にも渡さない。
Okay. It almost sounded like he was talking to himself rather than to me. As usual, I was powerless to do anything. I couldn't hug him back or wipe away his tears. But since he was the one who tied me up, it was apparently what he wanted. Eventually, Gretel slowly pulled away from me. Our eyes met. His gaze wavered.
姉さん、僕は今からここを離れます。
To where? Where are you going? He didn't give me an answer, so I offered one of my own. To Ryoshi's house? Hi, Ani!
Hi.
He was going back to get more candy. See, that's why in my advertisement for the stream today I said send candy, because I know he needs it. Just send the candy here, it's fine. Candy he needed in order to control himself.
僕が帰ってくるまでおとなしく待っててくれますか?
Yes. Actually, yes. I mean, this is the life I have chosen. Oh. I mean, I could go with him. This is a tough choice. Because it's like, if I stay, like he asks, then it's like proving like, okay, yes, I will do exactly what you want me to do. But then if he goes by himself and he gets caught by Ryoshi, or if he has to go talk to Ryoshi, do you think Ryoshi's gonna give him the candy? And then if I go with him, it's a bad choice no matter what. I feel like I should stop him. I don't know. Like, Mr. Wizard just left, but what if he comes back? I don't want him to come back in this context. I feel like stopping him. I feel stopping him is the best decision. I'm gonna stop him. I'm gonna... That feels like the right choice, right? Is that the vibe? Is that the good... Is my brain making the good juice choices? Nah, whatever. I'm gonna stop him. Don't go! Throw a temper tantrum on the floor. Don't leave me! Don't go. Please don't leave me all alone.
姉さん、ちょっと我慢しててくださいね。
But I wanna. He grabbed the jar of candies, opened it, and pulled one out. I could tell he was going to feed it to me, but what I wasn't expecting was for him to grab the back of my head and nearly force his fingers down my throat. You could have just asked. I was so startled I accidentally bit down, but Gretel didn't retract his fingers. He simply grimaced slightly. Oh, and there goes my vision. Unfortunately for me, he was triggering my gag reflex. Tears welled in my eyes.
食べてください。すみません。本当はもっと優しくしたいんですが、それだと僕の方が耐えきれそうにもなる。
Force feeding me candy like cat medicine. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's how you gotta give it to a cat. I think if it was before Yurika remembered everything, then yeah, but I think she would have taken it willingly if he just asked. I realized he was going to keep his fingers in my mouth for as long as it took, so I guided the candy to the back of my throat and swallowed. I nodded, awkwardly. Then finally, Gretel pulled his fingers out of my mouth. Oh, poor kitty. But, I mean, the medicine is good for the kitty. I choked, spraying spittle everywhere. Blech. Hastily, I tilted my head down and pursed my lips. My body was burning with shame. I like how dogs are, like, the ones who are known to, like, trust you, and, like, if you hand them something, they will eat it in most cases, and then, like, cats are just like, what is it? I don't trust it. But Gretel grabbed my chin, tilted my face up, and wiped my spit with his sleeve. Don't! Your sleeve will get all gross! Duh. He hoisted me up and carried me to the giant birdcage at the center of the room. It's time! Baby's going in the birdcage! He put me in the cage, though. When he walked out and locked the cage door behind him. Fuck it. Okay, I guess I'm a bird now. Chirp, chirp. He reached for me through the metal bars. I approached him and his fingertips brushed my hair. What do you mean? I tried to put my arm in the oven one time.
すぐにお菓子の効果が現れて眠くなります。
Gretel.
それじゃあ。
Wait! As he rose to his feet, I called after him. I probably would have grabbed his arm too if my hands weren't tied. I looked up at him from the floor. Can I make just one request?
何ですか?
Oh. I feel like that needs to have a save spot. Don't care if he sets anyone on fire so long as he doesn't die from it. It's okay. Yeah, don't get hurt. Don't hurt yourself for my sake. Those are both good. And then please come back to me. The last three are the ones I really want to say, but I can't just pick all of them. See, this is why this is the one reason I was hesitant to stream these, is because I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of the meme of like, your feelings matter. Murder is okay. You should express yourself. I feel like we need to make that meme out of the Taisho Alice characters, and Gretel is the one that says murder is okay. He would be the one. I don't know. These last two are, I think, my two main decisions. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he would do anything for us, so maybe then please come back to me. I have it saved, so if Mr. Wizard shows up and tells me I'm a dumb shit, then I can always go back and pick something else. Let's try this one then. Promise me you'll come back to me no matter what.
それだけですか?
Yeah, I don't give a shit if you light people on fire. You do you, bro. Yep. Can you accept this selfish demand of mine?
もちろんですよ。弟はわがままな姉の言うことに逆らえないもんです。
He shows up like missing an arm, like, sister, I'm back. It's like, excuse me? Right.
それじゃあ行ってきます。
Oh, he said my name.
姉さん。
He said my name. Come home safe, Gretel. Or sorry, he said itekimasu. Iterashai, Gretel. Oh, I'm emotional, and I'm in a bird cage. I'm emotional in a bird cage. I'm trapped in a bird cage of emotion! Once I made sure Gretel was gone, I spat the candy onto the floor. Hell yeah! I felt bad since I knew he was only trying to look out for me, but it was a pill I couldn't swallow. Now then. Damn, we're giving me all the hard choices here. Yeah, you think he loves did he leave me some snacks, some seeds in the corner? Or at least little cookies that look like bird seeds? That'd be so funny. It's so... If I had foresight to know what was going to happen, then I could know if I need to break out of the restraints or not. I promised myself I'm not looking up a walkthrough. I'm playing all of these blind. That's why I keep fucking up, because that's the only way I get good endings is usually when I look up walkthroughs. Skellerman, are you saying yes to break the restraints? Well, what the rest of you guys think? Do you guys think I should break the restraints? Should I Hulk out of these ribbons? I'm gonna save anyways, just in case. Yes, break out. I want to break free. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the yes. I let out a breath, then wrestled with my wrist restraints, trying to break free. I was hoping to slip out once they were loose enough, but it wasn't going well. Minutes ticked by. Probably like 20 or 30 or 1,000. Gradually, my arms started to get tired, and I was forced to take a break. Phew! My arms went so numb, they started to feel like someone else's. It was a strange feeling, to say the least. I was sick of having my arms tied up all the time, even if it was relatively certain Gretel was going to untie them eventually. After a short break, I went back to fighting with the ribbon, tugging and loosening over and over. I didn't care if I pulled a muscle, anything to get out of these restraints. Eventually, I'm out! At long last, I managed to create a gap big enough to pull one of my wrists through. The rest of the ribbon fell to the floor. Thankfully, Gretel had tied the knot loosely as courtesy to me. With my hands free, I quickly made short work of my ankle restraints. My next target, the cage door. Oh. Okay, we're escaping. That feels like Mr. Wizard's gonna show up. I'm gonna step outside and he's gonna pop up like, "Hello, I'm here to steal you." The metal bars were cold to the touch, threatening to freeze me to the core. Locked from the outside, the door refused to budge no matter how hard I pushed or pulled. The joy of escaping my bonds was swiftly crushed. In the end, untying myself was only one small step. It didn't solve the bigger issue at hand. I took a breath of cold air and exhaled. Glancing at the wood-burning stove, I could see bright orange flames through the glass window. I had asked Gretel to put the fire on before he left, since I was cold. As I gazed at the fire, I thought about Gretel. And so, leaving my sister behind in the candy house, I wandered alone through the dark forest. No light to illuminate my path, no white pebbles to guide me. All I could do was hunt for the exit. When I traversed these woods with my sister, I wasn't scared at all, but now I was overcome with crushing fear. An uncontrollable wave of emotions rose up, and I reached for my candy, but the jar was really running low. If I ate some now, there'd be even less for later. Oh, okay. I thought someone hit him, not him hitting something. I vented my impulse on my impulsive rage on a nearby tree. Sorry, I'm also like half thinking at the same time, have we seen Alice at all in this route? Do you guys remember if Alice... Did he show up at any point? We saw Wolfie. But I didn't see Alice. I don't know. For some reason, this is just like my brain is dawning on that fact, and I'm just sitting here like, am I gonna see him soon? He shows up in every route, doesn't he? Yeah, I don't remember encountering Alice. I feel like I would remember, because he always bitches and complains and sometimes makes me feel bad about myself. Because he's mean. I love him, but he's mean. I had used my precious candy to help my sister stay calm. I knew I didn't have any other choice, but I still regretted it. And there go the dogs, running through the woods, barking and chasing a rabbit. Wow, nature. And then I cursed myself for feeling that way at all. Quit wasting time wandering around and just find a way out already. I know, I said to myself. And yet, I was rooted to the spot. My good golly gosh, this doggo. She keeps yelling at the children playing next door. Like, they are children's. Stop. You'll hear her a lot, I'm sorry. It's very quiet. I looked down at the pills in my hand and thought of my sister. She had seen right through me. She knew I was addicted to the candy, that I was starting to conserve it as the days went by. No, you can't. I'm the protagonist. I let out a self-depreciating laugh. Returning the candy to the jar, I once again dragged my leaden legs through the darkness. As I walked, I thought back to the moment right before I left the house. My sister had licked the candy from my fingers. Yeah, that's something. I mean, if you're gonna think about something, I guess. Okay. Yep. Lewd child. The memory of her warmth made my body tremble as the fever raced through it. Ooh. Yup. Probably shouldn't have focused on that, mister. My inner demon tempted me. He was like, hey, your sister's pretty hot though, right?
Nah. お菓子を取りに行くなんてそんな面倒なことやめて。姉さんが待つおかしな家に引き返そう。
Actual demon station. What is this? Is he about to get his persona? Is he facing his true self? Oh, did the stream die? It's all recording for me. I'm sorry. I hope it didn't. Oh no. I'm sorry. It didn't say anything about there being a connection problem. Well, if you guys... Oh yeah, it says offline. Well, I'm sorry. My dumb thing apparently decided to stop. I have everything recorded. Yeah, stream never tells me anything. I have it all recorded, so if there's ever any gaps, you guys can always see the full thing on YouTube the following week. But Jesus, I don't know what is with my stream, but everything says it's all good now, and you guys say it's all good now. So, yo, no, I don't want that. I want... Oh, goodness. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the home thing again, and it's just giving me a hard time. Okay, or it's fine. I'm just gonna leave it alone. They must have just... Yeah, I don't know. The delay on Streamlabs. I was giggling about Gretel getting his persona, apparently. Because that's definitely what's happening right here, is the joke's past, but it's fine.
そんなわけにはいかない。僕があの家で姉さんと暮らすにはあのお菓子が必要なんだ。
My inner demon taunted me.
大丈夫だって。そんなおかしなものに手を出さなくたって愛しい姉さんは迎えてくれる。そんなのは嘘だ。嘘じゃない。だって姉さんはお前を受け入れてあげるって言ったじゃないか。縛ったりからかったり光を奪ったり、しまいには鳥かごに入れてみたり、どんなひどいプレーも優しい姉さんは受け入れてくれた。お前を嫌ったりはしなかっただろう。だからさ、お前が姉さんを食べてしまっても姉さんは許してくれる。お前のリビドーってやつもあの体で受け止めてくれるんじゃないの？
My inner demon enticed me.
さあグレーテル、何をグズグズしているんだ。早くお前の姉さんを食べてしまえ。
But each time I shook my head tearfully.
やだ、食べたくない。
Uh-oh, persona fight incoming, guys. He's gonna reject his true self. God, I'm losing it.
今なら姉さんは薬で眠ってる。手足は縛られたままだ。いくらでも好き放題、食べ放題、やり放題ってね。やめろ。別にいいだろう。何いい子ぶってんだよ。どうせ姉さんもお前のこと好きなんだからやっても構わない。しかも姉さんは本当の姉さんじゃないんだしさ。やめろって言ってんだろ。
Wow. I'm so sorry, Gretel. My inner demon scoffed at me.
死ねよ、畜生が！ぶっ殺してやる！
But no matter how I lashed out, the demon kept talking. Yeah, Persona 5 battle starts playing.
できないくせに臆病者。だいたいさ、なぜお前はあの時あんなに怒ったんだよ。何を？あの時だよ。ほら、お前が切れてクズを一人病院送りにしたことあっただろ。覚えてない。覚えてないわけないだろう。あれ以来お前が築き上げてきた理想の自分ってのが壊れちまったんだからさ。 理想の僕は頭が良くてスポーツも万能で穏やかで責任感が強くてみんなから頼りにされている。おかしいな。実際のお前は全然そんなことなくて必死でキャラを作ってたっつうのに。
黙れ。
ああ、そうだ、思い出した。毎日姉ちゃんの裸見ておなってんだろ。変態だっけ。
黙れって言ってんだろ。
Thank you. I love all the screaming in my ears. That's so gracious of you. I just turn my headphones down. I dug my nails into my scalp. Careful. My body wouldn't stop shaking.
その言葉が真実だったからだろう。なあ、煽り体制なしのグレーテル君。
So he got mad because he was called out, and he's like, "Don't fucking call me out."
違う。
違わないだろう。お前は一緒に暮らしていた姉さんをおかずにしてたんだ。やらしい。大事な姉さんをそんな風にいやらしい目で見てたなんてさ。
違う。
お前は自分を弟として見ない姉さんのことを責めていたけど、お前だって本当は姉さんのことを姉さんだなんて思ってなかったんだろう。
Gretel sounds like Demon Gretel is about to give him a heart attack with the last line.
でそのことを指摘されてブチギレて、それから全てがおかしくなった。全部お前の自業自得だよ。
そうじゃない。
姉さんがレイプされかけたって知った時も本当は羨ましいとか思ったんだろう。あの体を自分も貪りたいってさ。悔しかったんだろう。自分はお預けを食らった犬みたいに我慢してるのに、そこら辺の野良犬に食われそうになったのがさ。
I'm a little uncomfortable.
黙れよ。クソったれが。
黙れるわけないだろう。だってお前が悪魔だというこの声はお前自身の声なんだからさ。
I too wish I could scream Gretel. I wanted to tear out my memories. Delete my shameful past. Listen, we all wish we could delete some shameful moments from our past.
もうやめてくれ。僕の姉さんを汚さないでくれよ。
いつからだろうな。僕が彼女を姉としてではなく一人。
最初からじゃなかった。
最初の頃は姉さんを本当の姉だと疑いもなく思っていたけど、全く血がつながっていない赤の他人だということに気がつくと、僕の中に悪魔が生まれた。悪魔はささやいた。美味しそうな姉さんを食べたい。でもそれも真実とは違うのかもしれない。真実って？もしかしたら僕が姉さんを好きだと思ったから自分と血がつながっていないことに気づいたのかも。発想の逆転だな。だって僕だけこんなに似てないんだ。そりゃわかるよ。姉さんと一緒におかしな家で暮らしてる時も姉さんの反応を見て楽しんでるふりをして裏では結構必死だった。そりゃそうだ。あんな反応されて我慢できるかよ。 姉さんとおかしな家で暮らした日々は、例えるのなら天国のような地獄だった。姉さんは魅力的で無防備で、いかにも食べてくださいって感じで。でも僕は我慢した。抱きたいという衝動を抑えて、姉さんといつまでも寄り添うことを選んだ。姉さんに捨てられたくない、捨てないでくださいって必死でお願いしたしね。恋人でいるより兄弟の方がいいと思ったんだ。その方がずっとそばにいられると思ったから。ああ、そうだよ。恋人とか所詮他人だろ。それよりも血の絆の方がずっと尊いと思ったんだ。血なんて繋がってないのにな。知ってるよ。でも知らない素振りをすれば、認めなければ、僕が望めば姉さんはずっと僕の姉さんでいてくれる。ああ、そうだな。優しい優しい姉さんは僕のことを可愛い弟だって言ってくれた。ああ、でもこれで僕は姉さんと一生キスもセックスもできないな。だって兄弟なのに。
Demon Griddle's like, but I wanna smooch that.
うるせえよ。
I downed the rest of the candy all at once. Oh, Gretel, that's a bad idea. Oh, and there he go. Then finally the voice went away. Well, I guess that means we know what happens when he doesn't take his candy. The next thing I knew, I had made it out of the forest and was now standing out in front of a house.
ここは僕の家?
It was our old home, or rather, my sister's. I never had a place I could call home. I was abandoned by my real parents and had to face the world alone until my sister came along and took me in. I couldn't even remember what my real parents looked like. Were they alive or dead? I couldn't care less. After all, I had gained something irreplaceable to me. I was starved for love, and she came along and gave me her sweet candy, my wicked little witch. I am the witch! I'm the candy witch! Hee hee hee! She made my candy house dreams come true. I put my hand on the doorknob and found that it wasn't locked. I could remember those crazy days like it was only yesterday. As I opened the door, my sister greeted me, wearing an apron and a bright smile. Welcome home, Gretel.
ただいま、姉さん。
Wow, he is high right now. Several hours had passed since Gretel left the house. I had to use the bathroom. The room was now plenty warm, which in turn kindled my drowsiness. I forced my heavy lids open again and again until, just as I finally started to drift off, I heard someone knocking at the door. Instantly, I snapped awake, then held my breath and waited. Maybe the knocking was just a dream. Could it be Mr. Wizard? No, that doesn't make sense. The wizard wouldn't need to knock. He could simply come and go of his own accord. A little creepy. I strained my ears, listening carefully in silence, and I heard another knock. It wasn't a dream after all. As I debated whether to call out, I heard a man's muffled voice on the other side of the door. Is it Ryoshi?
こんにちは。
誰かいませんか?
It's Red! It's Red! Oh, it's my boy! It's Red! Do I dare call out to my boy? Red? Evidently, the Sandman wasn't my only visitor. Ha ha. Oh. Oh no! Oh my god, I don't want to... If Red comes in and sees me locked in the birdcage, I don't think that's a good thing for Gretel. I'm gonna save. 'Cause part of me in the future might want to see what happens if I call out to him, but like... Yeah, this is Gretel's route. Red had his turn. He was the first turn. Red was my first bae, but this is Gretel's route. I'm not gonna call out to him. I decided to stay quiet and pretend like no one was home. If Red saw me in this cage, things would only get awkward. Oh god, is the window open? Can he see through the window? I think Gretel closed the blinds, right? I held my breath and waited. But the knocking had stopped. Evidently, Red had decided no one was here and walked off. I let out a breath I was holding. I never imagined we'd get any visitors out here, other than the wild card that was the wizard, of course. Like, yeah, like, just fucking, yeah, just taped the windows closed, just matted them down with fucking newspapers, like a creepy, crazy person's attic. Granted, I didn't know exactly how much time had passed since we first arrived at the candy house, but it was at least enough to heal my injuries. And since no one had visited in that time, I figured there was some kind of mystical force at play, warding them all off. I'm sorry, Red. Once upon a time, I truly did love and adore you, but this is not that route. I gazed forlornly at the door. For Gretel's sake, I couldn't let myself get rescued. You can't rescue someone who's there of their own volition. I mean, not in the cage, but... Oh, it's Alice! There he is! Oh my gosh! Finally! He made his appearance!
僕もアリスだがな。
お前は。
お前の大好きな姉さんを置き去りにして一人家に帰ってきてもいいのか？
この家は僕の家ではありません。僕の家は姉さんがいる場所です。
お前が助け出さない限り、姉さんは鳥かごに放り込まれたままだぞ。
Tweet tweet。
帰ったらちゃんと出してあげるつもりです。
簡単に言うが、それには覚悟が必要だぞ。
覚悟？
悪魔を打ちのめす勇気と覚悟だ。グレーテル、お前はかわいそうなやつだ。親には捨てられ、甘いお菓子に誘惑されたばっかりに、お前は悪魔に支配された。さて、結局この悪魔とは一体誰のことだったのだろうな。君にお菓子を与えた兄？姉を食べたいと思った君自身？それとも君を従えていた姉？
そんなの僕が知るかよ。
そうか。ま、火事場のバカ力という言葉もあるしな。切迫した状況に置かれると、普段では想像できないような力を無意識に出すことができるという、いざとなったらお前も変わることができるのかもしれないな。
変わる？僕が。
What about me could possibly need to change? Yeah, what's wrong with me? I'm perfect. In every way. Oh, but that was when the hunter showed himself. Ryoshi, listen, bruh!
Yo, 久しぶりだな。
Stay out of my way, bro. Just saying. I'm not strong enough to throw hands with you. I'm just saying, stay out of my way. I'm asking you nicely. Please, actually, stay out of my way.
兄さん。
兄さんか。お前がそう呼んだのは初だな。ここはお帰りとか言うべきか。まあ冗談はさておき、お前がここに戻ることは分かってた。これが目当てなんだろ。
He held up a jar full of candy.
兄弟揃って随分と勘のいいことで、ほんと嫌になりますよ。
I wanted to snatch the jar out of his hands, but I didn't have the energy.
とりあえずそんなところに突っ立ってないでこっちに来い。
He led me into the dining room I stared around the room.
あの人たちは
両親なら行方不明のお前たちを探し回っている。寝食を惜しんでな。
He gestured for me to sit and walked to the kitchen, where he put the kettle on. Restless, I stared at the jar sitting in the center of the table. I needed to steal it away ASAP. Then I'd go back to my sister, back to the candy house. But for some reason, my body refused to cooperate.
ああ、豆ばっかりじゃねえか。
I heard the cluck of his tongue, so I stood up. So I looked up. Jesus. He was rummaging through all the cupboards. Most likely he was looking for coffee grounds. He was a big coffee drinker. But my sister always ground the beans for him with her own 2 hands.
そこじゃない。
なんだ。
棚の上にコーヒーの粉が入った缶があります。以前姉さんが使わないからってまとめてた。自分の家なのにそんなこともわからないんですね。
It's supposed to be his house.
家にいないからな。ほらよ。
This is like the nicest tone of voice Ryoshi's ever taken when talking to Gretel, and it's kind of freaking me out a little. My brother set a mug of coffee on the table for me, in addition to his own.
なんだ。別に毒なんて入っちゃいないぞ。
僕を捕まえて殺さないんですか。
んな物騒なことしねえよ。
信じられません。
信じろよ、そこは。
He's like, don't be a little fucking brat.
まあ、とは言っても、お前は危険因子だ。実害が及ぶなら、強制排除も考えないでもない。でもな、そう簡単なもんじゃないだろ。
そうですか。あなたは漁師なんですから、獲物を仕留めるのが仕事でしょう。
俺は漁師に向いてないんだよ。頭も特別良かったわけじゃない。手先もそれほど器用じゃない。本当は漁師なんかになりたくもなかったが、他にやりたいこともなかったしな。
Did Gretel's meltdown before we ran away together end up fucking, like, waking Ryoshi up to, like, the reality of what's going on and he rethought, like, trying to communicate with Gretel?
わけがわからない。なりたくなければならなきゃよかったのに。
そうだな。でも俺は漁師の家系だった。
だから漁師になる道を選んだと。
ああ、そうだ。
The word railroad came to mind. This man was trapped in his own way, and I never knew. But that didn't matter right now.
話って何ですか。姉さんの居場所ですか。
あいつはどうしてる？
元気ですよ。元気すぎて困るくらいです。
まあそうだろうな。
心配ですか。
ある意味な。
兄弟ですもんね。
そりゃあな。お前のこともちゃんと心配してたぞ。俺だけじゃなく、両親も、狼もな。
Wolfie.
そうですか。僕は姉さんと一緒に暮らしている間、あなたたちのことなんか1ミリも思い出しもしませんでしたけどね。
家族じゃないからな。
へえ、そうです。
It's gonna be real awkward in the future when they're your in-laws and then they are still technically your family.
グレーテル。
何ですか。
お前はかわいそうなやつだ。
Wow.
血のつながった家族はこの世には存在せず、愛に飢えていたお前を愛してくれた唯一の存在が姉さんだ。お前は姉さんの愛を一身に受け、いつしかその愛は肥大化し、お前は姉さん以外の人間を認めようとしなくなった。姉さんは正しい。姉さんは頭がいい。姉さんについていけば僕は道に迷うことはない。お前はいつでも姉さんの言いなりだ。
それの何が悪いんですか。
グレーテル、お前の意志はどこにある？
僕の意志はありますよ。ここに。
本当にそうか？お前がどう思っているかはわからんが、お前のその人格は姉さんに甘えに甘えた結果作り出されたものだぞ。倫理観に乏しく、道徳観は歪んでいる。あいつがお前に与えた悪影響のせいだ。
Uh-oh, I'm a bad influence.
あんたは自分の妹を非難するんですか。
ああ、そうだ。あいつはバカだ。はっきり言って頭がおかしい。
You're blaming your sister? Yeah, because she's fucking stupid. Thanks, Ryoshi. I can feel the love all the way here in the birdcage.
そんなことはありません。姉さんはとても優しくて、僕をいつでも思ってくれて。
Sorry, having a stare down with my dog. Okay. No. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. No, it's okay. You're okay. It's okay. You are safe. Thank you.
それが悪いと言ってるんだ。
Sorry.
こんな状態になっても姉さんをかばうなんて正気じゃない。言い方は悪いが洗脳だよ。
I brainwashed my brother. Oh no. Oops. Sorry. That wasn't my intention, but was it Yurika's intention?
まあ、とは言っても俺も悪かったけどな。俺は最初、お前の暴力、暴言は病気のせい、お菓子は一生取り続けなければならないと思っていたが、依存は余計人をダメにさせた。お前が自分を抑えるためにお菓子を取りすぎていると気づいたのに止めてやれなかった。
Yeah, apparently brainwashing. I don't know. This game likes to throw curveballs at the last second, though.
お前を追い込んだのは俺だ。すまなかった。
今さら遅いんですよ。
ああ、そうだ。お前はすでに中毒になっている。お菓子という魅力的な劇薬にな。
Siblings are not allowed to play together or live together or even breathe in the same air, actually. Factually, actually, though. That's why my brother and I don't live together.
グレーテル、お前は支配されているんだ。お菓子にも、姉さんにも。
Ryoshi talks Gretel into going into rehab, and I remain in the birdcage, and no one ever hears from me again.
今は僕が姉さんを支配してますけどね。僕は姉さんを鳥かごに閉じ込
自由を奪った。
He's like, oh, the candy's in control of your life. He's like, actually, I just locked up my sister in a birdcage. Who's in control now?
本当にそう思うか？
え？
Oh?
本当にお前はあいつを支配できたと思っているのか？
Oh, is he gonna come back and find my hands untied and be like, you betrayed me?
本当にあいつの支配から逃れられたと思っているのか？
What? Ryoshi, it's starting to sound like you're trying to make me out to be the bad person here.
何か言いたいんですか？
Oh, Gretel's getting angry.
あの時俺がお前を閉じ込めた時、なぜあんなに早く出てこられたと思う？
それは僕があなたの言うことを聞いて。
So the kids call it a bad end.
それもあるが、それだけじゃない。あいつだよ。お前の大事な姉さんがお前のために暴れ回ったんだ。
Hello? I went on a rampage? Did I break things?
は？どういうことですか？
I rioted for my brother? I rioted for Gretel?
お前が謹慎中、あいつも家にいたろ。
Oh, did I also get myself suspended?
それは姉さんは僕のために学校を休んで。
ああ、そうだ。あいつもお前と同じように自宅謹慎
What
処
did I
分を食らったって
do?
わ
What
け
did
だ。
I do? Tell me.
なぜ？だって姉さんは優秀で。
あいつは何の前触れもなく、何の前兆もなく、教室中の窓ガラスを割りまくったそうだ。
Oh, we went fucking Higurashi no Nakukoro ni. We fucking went around and broke every window. Oh, I'm Reina. Let's go. Someone get my bat. We're gonna go smashing. Yeah, Yurika is actually the one that says murder is okay. I love it. I fucking love it. She made Gretel that way.
羽がいじめにされ、ようやくおとなしくなったところで教師が聞いた。なぜこんなことをと。あいつはこう言ったらしい。留年したかったから。
I mean, you know, I wanted to be with my bro, you know? Pharaoh couple is best couple. Yeah. Honestly. Sorry, Ryoshi, we have to sacrifice you for our happy ending.
それまであいつのことを慕っていたクラスメートたちも全員ドン引きしたらしいな。
Well, everyone except Wolfie.
そりゃそうだよな。
Or is Wolfie like my probation officer?
留年なんて突拍子もない。事情を知らない奴らからしてみれば正気の沙汰じゃない。
Hell yeah. Unhinged characters are the best though. Listen.
でもお前ならその意味がわかるだろ。
That was my dream. I always wished I could go to college and take the same classes as her. Oh, look, there I am! So she was trying to make it come true.
嘘だ。僕はそんなの知らない。
No one told him. What was Yurika just expecting to show up for the next year of college, just like repeating a semester to show up in all of Gretel's classes? Like, wow, what a coincidence! Oh, it's so great. Look, we have class together. How nice.
お前には黙ってろって言われたから。
Oh my god.
なんでだよ。
言う必要がないと思ったからだろ。
His family just, if his family didn't keep secrets, this wouldn't be a problem. Honestly, all of these problems in every game like this could be solved with just some fucking communication.
あいつは俺と両親に言ったよ。彼を今すぐあの場所から出すか、それとも 私を彼と同じ場所に送るかってな。あいつは異常だが強靭じゃない。さすがにお前と同じ場所に送ることはできず、結局お前は家へと連れ戻された。
姉さんはあの時僕。そうだ。
We go unhinged for each other. Isn't that romantic? That's true love. Oh my god. And then I destroyed my dream with my own two hands.
お前は今でも姉さんから甘やかされ、姉さんに心を支配されてるんだ。
If we're both unwell, let us be unwell. I'll take the candy now, my brother.
そしていつしか本当の自分を見失った。
It's not a bad ending if we both enjoy it.
そんなの言われなくても分かっていましたよ。
そうか。
あの人は僕を捕らえ、あの人は僕にとっての毒薬だ。求めれば求めるほどもっと欲しくなる。
なら立たなきゃいけないな。
どうやって？
どうすればいいと思う？
答えを教えてくれないんですね。
俺は姉さんじゃないからな。
戻れば僕はまたあの小屋に入れられるんだろう。
一応冷静な判断はできるようだな。まあそうだな。お前は取り返しがつかないことをやっちまったしな。だからお前の姉さんはお前を連れて逃げたんだろう。お前はいつも姉さんに手を引かれているんだよ。
For the first time in my life, I drank my coffee without sugar.
まずいな、このコーヒー。
悪かったな。
姉さんもですか？
ん？
姉さんは僕のために何でもしてくれる。それってつまり姉さんが僕に囚われているから。僕と同じように姉さんも異常者なんですか？
ああ、そうだ。とは言ってもあいつの場合は少し特殊だけどな。
Yes, we are a nutcase. Everybody here is a nutcase. We're all nutcases. We're all wacko.
お前は、いや、周囲はあいつのことを優秀だと言うが、俺に言わせればあいつは大バカ娘だよ。あいつにとってそれ以外はチェスの駒のように利用するものでしかない。
Oh, so she's a psychopath.
両親も友人もな。
僕は
Are we the true yandere?
僕はいつか姉さん。
できるだろ。むしろお前じゃなきゃできないと俺は思うぞ。グレーテル、お前がやったことは取り返しのつかないことだ。だが一からやり直すことはできる。
What you've done cannot be undone. Load save file.
まずはお菓子に頼らず自分をコントロールする術を
They're
見つけ
getting
る。
sober and marrying us.
感情の起伏を抑え、人並みの倫理観と道徳観を改めて覚えること。そして慣れてきたらさらにお菓子の量を減らしていく。理性を保て。グレーテル、お菓子という甘い支配から自分を解き放て。そしてこれからは姉さんに頼らずに今度こそ自分の力で道を切り開くんだ。
Uh-oh. Oh no. loud crackling sound and a peculiar burnt smell. I probably should have called out to Red. Smoke poured in through the gaps in the walls. Finally, that took forever? Wait, what? Is this fine? Is this what you wanted, Utica? Wait. What? Right about now, the fire is probably spewing out of the top of the chimney outside. Bad end. This was a chimney fire caused by igniting inside the chimney pipe. As the chimney burned, it would ignite the surrounding walls until the whole cabin was on fire, roasting me alive. Gretel wasn't here, nor was anyone else who could save me, like Red Riding Hood. All my preparations were in place. Utica, you fucking psycho! Leaning against the bars, I reflected on the past. What the hell? After he had his first violent outburst at school, I went and had one of my own. The idea came to me in the middle of a lecture. I thought to myself, why am I just sitting around while the person I love is suffering? I contemplated how I could free him from the birdcage. I thought long and hard about how to bring him home again. And then it hit me. If he's crazy, then I'll be crazy too. Sorry, that crackling is hurting my brain. She is very always singularly, like, single focus on the romantic interest, and, like, everything else is just kind of, like, it's just there, but single focus on the love interest, but not to this extent. So I grabbed a chair, walked over to the windows, and smashed them, as if it was the most ordinary thing in the world. Of course, I made sure no one nearby would get hurt from the glass shards. Silly, isn't it? I was crazy, and yet somehow I had the mental capacity to take other people into consideration. When my parents came to get me, I told them, I want you to choose. Either get him out of there, or put me in there with him. Sure enough, just as planned, they demoted him from quarantine to merely a stay-at-home suspension, and I received a suspension of my own. Yeah, we wouldn't want anyone to get hurt. I'm just gonna go a little crazy, don't mind me. Of course, I never told him about any of this. After all, I knew it would only make him sad. Ryoshi really tore me a new one over it. The memory of his white-hot fury made me laugh. He went on and on about what a fool I was. Demo, shouganai. But that's life. After what I did, Wolfie was the only friend I had left. No surprise there, of course. Who'd want to be friends with a nut job who went around smashing windows with a chair? I didn't mind. It feels so unfair the game hid this info from us. Listen, she does this a lot, though. She did this in Red's route, too, where, like, at the last second, it was, like, big twist, and I felt betrayed by the main character. This game is, like, so well written. I never see the twist coming, and it's quite entertaining. I love it. After all, the pain of losing my friends was nothing compared to the pain of being apart from my beloved. In the past, I had told Wolfie that from Gretel's perspective, I was essentially his whole world. But the reverse applies to me, too. Gretel was my everything. We weren't really brother and sister. But after spending time in the same living environment, the two of us had come to resemble one another. Yeah, but suddenly we realized everyone was right about her being crazy. A little too late. Gretel was the truly innocent one, absolutely. We were the crazy. We were the yandere all along. But now it's all over. After all, I had regained my memories. I'm the one in control of him. And if I'm the wicked witch tying him down, then I'll throw myself into the fires of hell. So I'm intentionally burning myself alive. Perhaps I was caught somewhere between sister and witch, sanity and madness. Did I actually burn to death? And so Gretel set off into the forest to retrieve his sister, only to find nothing but smoke and ash remains. It was a deep, deep forest. Hot girl moment. There was no cause for concern. After all, the bright red flames served as a guiding light all the way back to the candy house. Oh no.
お菓子という甘い支配から解き放ち、
Oh my
姉さんに
god.
頼らずに
Oh
今度
no.
こそ自分の力で道を切り開く。誰かの命令じゃなく、僕のし。
After I parted ways with Mr. Hunter, I headed back to the candy house where my sister was waiting. Supposedly. I had promised myself I would get the candy, but in the end, all I got was a lecture.
バカだよな。
Surely I could have simply taken the candy from him by force. Perhaps all the candy had numbed me to my anger. Or did I simply not wish to cause him any harm?
僕はあの人のことを、兄を、心の底では家族と思っていた。まさかな。
I mean, you know, if they talked for a really long time while I set the cabin on fire, yeah, probably. That can't be it. Okay. I couldn't possibly feel that way. To me, my sister was my whole world. She was the only connection I had. My most precious treasure. And she was on fire? As long as I had her, I didn't need anything else, or so I told myself. She was the only thing keeping me tied to this world. Why would I possibly care about the rest of the family? Yeah, it might have been different if I called for red.
結局、僕はどうしたいんだろう。
Currently, I was on my way back to the candy house, but what then? Would we keep living there? Could we keep living there? I had already eaten all of my candy. Without it, I couldn't be sure I could hold myself back. I might tarnish my only treasure with my own two hands.
僕は何をしてるんだ。
I was the one who insisted I didn't want her. I put her in that cage. Then I left her there and went off to fetch more candy.
姉さん。
I was terrified. The more I thought about it, the more my limbs started to shake. If we kept living together, I would live in fear, knowing I might pounce on her at any time. But I was the only one who could unlock her cage. If I left her locked up in there, would it stop me from feasting on her? I don't think you're gonna have a choice, buddy. Yeah, she wants you to pounce. Could I sit and wait patiently for my food like a dog?
あれは
Wait. Suddenly, I spotted a bright light in the distance. But it was far too early for the sun to rise. Squinting through the darkness, I realized I was looking at a fire. My blood ran cold. I took off running in the direction of the candy house. Alright, time to see what became of us. Oh no! The smoke stung my eyes until they welled with tears. I was lying flat on my stomach, trying to avoid breathing the smoke. But the oxygen was running out. And the fire was quickly closing in. I feel like this is a bad idea, Yurika. Once it ignited, it had wasted no time in spreading through the house. Judging from the heat and the density of the smoke, I had only a few minutes until the fire reached the cage. Or maybe I would die of carbon monoxide poisoning first. On second thought, maybe that would be a more preferable death. After all, I would be unconscious by the time the fire got to me. I wanted to pass away quietly while thinking of him. Right as my mind started to drift away completely. Oh no! I could hear him calling for me on the other side of the door. I pushed myself up slightly. Then the door opened and Gretel ran in.
姉さん、大丈夫ですか？
He dashed over to the bird cage. Gretel! I grasped the metal bars with both hands and pulled myself close to him.
待っててください。
Yeah, do we look alright? Oh god. As he spoke, he jammed the key into the lock. You're going to let me out?
当たり前ですよ。こんなところで死ぬだなんてごめんです。
I could hear him struggling with the lock. Uh-oh.
開かない。なんでだよ。
The key wouldn't turn. Ruh-roh. Maybe the lock had melted in the heat. Gretel, I reached through the bars and touched his hand. This was my way of letting him know I accepted my fate. I'm the one tying you to— Is this supposed to be the good end? You'll be better off without me. Oh my god. He froze. Then he grit his teeth and glared at
やっ
me.
ぱりこの火事はあなたが仕組んだことですか。
Maybe. Yup.
あの人の言った通りだ。あんたは狂ってるよ。
So, dayo. And you have to defeat the Wicked Witch. I shot him a wink. Blink.
でないと僕が食べられてしまうから。
I'll roast you alive and swallow you whole. It licked my lips. Gretel, you're always suffering because of me. You had a violent outburst and destroyed your dream, all because of me. I know just how hard you've been working. I've been watching you all this time. I loved seeing you devote yourself to your passions. I wanted to do whatever I could for you. But it backfired, and as a result, I ended up hurting you. I'm sorry you had to get hurt because of me.
違う。姉さんのせいじゃない。
Oh my god. Why are we having this conversation in the middle of the fire? Gretel, you should just go. Bye. You have a conversation about free and yeah. Fucking my brain can't comprehend what's happening right now. This is insane. Gretel stared at the floor and shook his head. Oh, Gretel, you're such a sweetheart. No matter what anyone else says, you'll always be the perfect guy for me. That's why I wanted to make your dream come true. I wanted to go to college with you, take the same classes with you. We could have had a fairy tale ending. Your dream was my dream. But it's time you were freed from the wicked witch who chained you down. Every person's choice is... I mean... You can still follow your dreams without me. You'll sparkle. I just know it. But as long as I'm around, you won't realize that. And as long as I'm around, I'll eventually consume you.
あなたはまたそうやって僕は甘やかすんですね。
I'm your witch, after all.
悪い魔女だ。
Yep, I'm a wicked witch, and you look like my next meal.
姉さん。
Gretel, you have always been so appetizing to me. I love you so much, more than I can express. I want to touch you, and I want you to touch me. But if you want me to stay your sister, then I'll give up on ever finding the treasure of my dreams. After all, if I'm forced to choose between you or my treasure, then I'll cast my love into the fire. That way, I can be your sister instead. I'll be your treasure. Just then, the fire closed in on us.
炎が。
Yeah, we're gonna burn alive. Gretel, you gotta run.
嫌だ。
No, I mean, really though. Think about it. If you stay here, we'll both die. You have to leave me here. You have to live, Gretel.
それはそうかもしれませんが、だけど姉さんを置いていくなんて僕にはできません。
So you want to die with me?
それも。
Oh my god, don't actually do that! Gretel! No, I don't want that. I don't want that ending. Oh my god. He bent down and picked up the ribbon lying on the floor. Then he tied our hands together through the bars of the cage. No! This cannot be the ending! Gretel.
ずっと
Oh my god.
考えてまし
Should
た。
I have called out to Red?
どうやったら姉さんの甘い誘
Oh
惑
my
に
god.
抗うことができるんだろうって。あの時僕は姉さんに 僕を捨てないでと頼んだ。優しい姉さんは僕の手を引っ張ってこのおかしな家まで連れてきてくれた。楽しかったですよ、姉さんと二人きりで過ごした日々は。でも同時に辛かった。ずっと兄弟でいるなんて僕にはどうせ無理だったんですよ。今でもこんなに辛いんだ。これから先も我慢するなんて僕にはできそうもない。でも姉さんと今ここで一緒に死ねば可愛い弟のままでいられる。
No, I don't think you should die here. Did I get a bad ending? Is this bad?
姉さん
I mean, this is obviously bad. We're gonna die in a fire. This is bad.
姉さんにも僕自身にも。
You were the one who led me astray. I should have called out for red. Is that what I should have done? Oh no.
悪い魔女を倒せない悪い僕をどうか許してください。
Red, I take it back. Come save me. Don't hurt yourself for my sake. God dang it. Gosh dang it. Alright, well, we'll have to go back. You stepped away for 2 minutes and now we're both dying in a fire. Is what happened. I'm sorry too, Gretel. Sorry for being such an awful, awful, terrible, horrible sister.
姉さん、僕は姉さんがいれば
Oh god.
お菓子がなくても構わない。飢えて死ぬときは
Well,
一緒です。
this is the grave we have chosen for ourselves. Yeah, this cage is ours and ours alone.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's a painful way to go. Oh, is it Mr. Wizard?
こうし
Oh,
て
yep.
おかしな家は真っ赤に燃え上がり、兄弟を焼き尽くしました。
Yeah.
魔女のいなくなったおかしな家の中にはたくさんの宝物がしまってありました。
Don't you give me that look, Mr. Wizard.
二人はおかしの家に持ってきた宝物で幸せに幸せに死にましたとさ。めでたしめでたし。
Is that the end, though, Gretel? Is that the end, though, Mr. Wizard? I don't think that's the end you wanted for Gretel. Fairy tales mark the end. No! Like, legitimately, it was an ending. Oh, that's so bad. It didn't change the background, though, so it doesn't count. Okay. Let's see, will you... Oh, here we go. What will you request? Don't hurt yourself for my sake. So, we're gonna try this one. Please don't hurt yourself for my sake.
姉さんのために
The more you try to protect me, the more you'll end up hurting yourself. Okay, previously read. Skip. Autumn, please inform me so I don't burn myself to death again. Do I want to break free of my restraints? I feel like I need to look at the guide now. I need the good ending. Let's see. Fucking. Okay, do not break my restraint. Okay, stay restrained. So, okay. Well, we were picking all the wrong choices. I contemplated slipping out of my restraints, but decided not to. Not like I could get out of the birdcage either way. After all, Gretel took the key with him. No matter how hard I struggled, I was stuck in here. In which case, I needed to conserve my energy for other things. In the darkness, I squinted around the room. I guess it'd be silly to expect anything to have changed. The cage was cramped, and I couldn't move without bumping up against the sides. The metal bars were cold to the touch, threatening to freeze me to the core. Brr. Okay, I'm back to previously read content. We're just gonna fast forward here real quick. Don't worry about it. Alright, Autumn. Next question. Do I call out to Red? Autumn is my walkthrough. Okay, yes, call out. Okay. Red! I needed to take action. I took a deep, deep breath. And then... Red, it's me! Hello? I shouted at the top of my lungs. Bring the pretty boy to me! I demand it! It was the only course of action available to me. Hi! Thankfully, he heard me. Red, please, you have to get in here.
Hi.
I can practically hear him fumble. Like, I can picture him fumbling against the door, being like, "Okay, I'm gonna wait. It's locked. Where a key?" I could hear him wrestling with the padlock, followed by a banging sound. It was clear he was trying to kick the door down. Then I heard this, like he went to go open it and just slammed into the door like, oh, it didn't move. Oops. I heard the splinter of wood, and the next thing I knew, moonlight spilled into the darkness. Yes, let me see my boy. A shadowy figure stood there. It was the heroic officer Red Riding Hood, here to rescue me at long last. It's him! You're so cute. Hi. I'm just like laying in the middle of the bird cage with my arms tied behind my back, looking up at with the innocent smile like, hi, thanks for coming. I'm lonely. Can you talk to me for a little while? I know, I'm sorry. Autumn, he looks like Goro. You can't, look at him. Look at his cute face. He's adorable though. I love him. My first love. When he spotted me, his jaw dropped. Hi, Red. I smiled. I was right. I'm just smiling up like, hi, how's it going?
Konnichiwa.
He stared back blankly. No surprise there. After all, not many people would smile and say hi after being trapped in a cage in a pitch black cabin. No, my brother did. Yeah, no, it wasn't them. It was Gretel, actually. I laughed awkwardly. At this, he scanned the room. Oh, he's not here right now. For now, could you do me a favor and untie my hands? I turned and pointed my wrist in his direction. Thank you. With a flutter, the restraints fell away, and I was free at last. You're so sweet. I love you, Red. He let out a breath of relief. Yeah, they weren't tied too tightly. Plus, you know, these ribbons are made of silk. According to Gretel, anyway. Otherwise, it could have been a lot more painful. That said, having my arms stuck behind my back made them go numb. The first time around, at least. Then I got used to it. Red muttered to himself. Yeah. I muttered back, then turned back to face him. By the way, Red, what brings you to a place like this? What you doing here? I tilted my head inquisitively. I never imagined we'd get any visitors out here, other than the wild card that was the wizard, of course. Granted, I didn't know exactly how much time had passed since we first arrived at the candy house, but it was at least enough to heal my injuries. And since no one had visited in that time, I figured there was some kind of mystical force at play, warding them off. Red averted his gaze.
森をパトロールしていて、この見るからに怪しげな家を発見したのです。
A suspicious cabin. Oh, the cabin is very suspicious. It's looking at me suspiciously. Sorry, I'm buying time because I'm cleaning my glasses, and I can't see without my glasses. Okay. You patrol the forest?
はい。あなたがあんな目にあったわけですし、念には念を入れて警戒をと思いまして。
He's so thoughtful, though. I nodded. That made sense. Especially for someone as virtuous as Red Riding Hood. Gotcha. Thank you, Red. I gazed deep into his eyes, and then I winked. Doing anything later?
いえ、私は別に。
I'm sorry, I love Red. I miss him. He pulled his hood down low over his eyes.
とにかく無事でよかった。
How?
どうやってというと
He stared back, confused. Because Gretel has the key? After a moment of silence...
壊します。
No, don't. He raised his fist with an intent look on his... You're just gonna punch it open? You're gonna hurt your pretty hands.
とりあえず
Clearing his throat, he walked out of the cabin. Then he returned, carrying what appeared to be an axe.
あなたは下がっていてください。
Okay. Way ahead of you, buddy. He raised the axe high over his head.
行きます。
Then he slung the blade down. A shrill clang echoed through the room. I should have expected the sound, but regardless, I flinched and squeezed my eyes shut.
なぜ
Did it not break? Is it enchanted? Timidly, I opened my eyes. Red stared blankly between the axe and the bird and the cage door lock. In other words, nothing happened.
傷一つついていません。
He blinked in confusion, as if he had encountered the world's strongest padlock. It appears we'll have to wait for Gretel after all. This was the sensible approach.
すみません。役立たずで。
No worries, just keep an eye on me and make sure I don't set the cabin on fire. And he's like, the fuck? What? Why would you do that? He slumped his shoulders in defeat. Oh, Red, it's okay. You guys can't see it, but I'm giving him head pats with my mouse. It's okay, Red. You tried your best. You're a big, strong boy. I bet the TikTok locksmith could open it. You know what? I believe it too. Don't let it get you down. I really, really appreciate the attempt. Hastily, I tried to cheer him up.
しかし。
Red looked at me with a conflicted, almost pitying expression on his face. Evidently, he was trying to figure out a way to get me out. Seriously, don't worry about it. I was never planning to escape in the first place. I grinned, hoping to convince him that I wasn't devastated over it.
グレーテルのためですか
Huh?
もしかしてあなたは彼のためにわざと囚われているのですか
Yeah, you could say that. I'm here by my own choice. If I leave, I'll need Gretel's permission since he's in charge, quote unquote.
そもそも彼はなぜあなたをこんな風に閉じ込めてしまったのでしょうか
To protect me from demons, supposedly. Red furrowed his brow dubiously.
悪魔とは
No idea. I shrugged.
正直私にはよくわかりませんがグレーテルにとってそれほどまでにあなたのことが大事だったんでしょうね
Red's just like, protection from demons. Yeah, checks out. Sure.
たとえ自分が悪者になっても あなたを守ることが彼にとっての正義なのかもしれません。
He looks less like Goro, more like Light. You know, that's fair. That's totally fair. I can see it now that you've pointed it out to me. But oh my god, his route was the best ever though. I do love Red specifically for his route. His route was hilarious. It was hilarious, it was also very sad.
すみません。分かったような口を聞いて。あなたをここに閉じ込めてるからといって、彼が悪者とは限りませんよね。
No, no, it's fine. He scanned the room once more.
それにしても、ここはなんだか嫌な感じがしますね。どこを見ても真っ白で、正直、今も息が詰まりそうです。それに、なんだか変な匂いがしませんか？
Smell?
なんというか、焦げ臭いというか。
Oh. Well, I don't see anything weird. I glanced over at the wood-burning stove, and Red followed my gaze. The fire was crackling gently as usual.
そうですね。
He seemed to accept this, turning his gaze to me instead.
こんなところに閉じ込められたら、とても正気なんて保てないでしょうね。
Good thing Gretel and I are both crazy.
あ、いえ、別にあなたの頭がおかしいとか、イカれてるとか、そのようなことは思ってはいませんよ。
No, Red, I'm very much not sane. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Nice try, Red. I cleared my throat. I admit, this is far from normal. I'm unable to move, forced to heed orders, forced to swallow things against my will. I'm sure any ordinary person would break under these conditions. I looked out through the bars at the rest of the room. The bars added a vertical stripe effect to the scenery around me. The result was suffocating and oppressive. I thought back to the time Gretel and I were separated. He was treated like a nutcase and locked up in a tiny room, all because of me. A perfect mirror image of my current circumstances. His arms and legs were bound, and he lost all sense of time. He must have been scared, so scared and miserable. The more I thought about it, the more my chest ached. I hung my head.
ミス・アリス。
I could hear the sympathy and concern in Red's voice. Sorry, Red. Looks like I've wasted your time. I spoke in a tone of forced cheer, hoping to clear away the gloom in the air.
いえ。私に何かできることはないでしょうか。
Can you hand me a glass of water? I'm thirsty. I paused to think for a moment. Say, Red, could I send you out on an errand for me? Could you do me a favor? Do real one.
僕は彼女じゃないぞ。
Okay, and now we go back to skipping. And I take a sip of water! Because I am thirsty. I was serious asking Red for a cup of water. Oh. I did still set the house on fire, apparently. On the way, however, I bumped into someone I wasn't expecting.
グレーテル。赤ずきんさん。あ、よかった。あなたを探してたんです。僕を。急いで小屋に向かってください。あなたのお姉さんがあの中に。
As he spoke, he pointed at the burning cabin.
わかってますよ。
But as I tried to jog past him, he grabbed me by my arm to stop me.
待ってください。あなたのお姉さんから預かり物です。これは
It was the green ribbon. This ribbon wasn't a tool I acquired through the wizard. It was a surprise present I had quietly bought for my sister. With this, I understood everything. My sister had caused the fire on purpose. She was prepared to die for me. Okay. In my hazy mind, I wondered to myself. Had Red Riding Hood met up with Gretel? Had he given him the ribbon? The reason I had entrusted the ribbon to Red, why I wanted Gretel to have it, was simply because Gretel was my only regret. I had severed so many connections. He was the only one I had left. My love for him was my dearest treasure. He was the only thing keeping me tied to this world. I wish you could have gone to college with me, Gretel. Just then, oh, okay, yeah, he dashed over to the birdcage. Okay. As he spoke, he tied our hands together with the green ribbon through the bars of the birdcage. Is this the same ending, though? Gretel.
ずっと考えてました。どうやったら姉さんの
The dialogue's different, though.
抗うことができるんだろうって。
Is this just how his route ends?
あの時、僕は姉さんに僕を捨てないでと頼んだ。優しい姉さんは僕の手を引っ張ってこのおかしな家まで連れてきて
Maybe?
く
I
れ
guess?
た。楽しかったですよ。姉さんと二人きりで過ごした日々は。でも同時に辛かった。ずっと兄弟でいるなんて僕にはどうせ無理だったんですよ。今でもこんな
I
に
don't know,
辛い
maybe
んだ。
Mr. Wizard will save us.
これから先も我慢するなんて僕にはできそうもない。でも姉さんと今姉さん僕たちの絆は誰にも断ち切らせない。姉さん
Well, alright then.
姉さん
Oh my god. Okay.
悪い魔女を倒せない。姉さん僕は姉さんがいれば姉さん
No, yep, it's still the same ending. Okay, well. Let's just try that again. I've pulled up a walkthrough now, so we're just gonna. I just made bad decisions. Don't worry about it. This is my choice. This is my bad choices. Let's get. To Gretel was correct. Let's see how many bad choices I made. I have the walkthrough pulled up. Okay, and then we say yes. See how fast I can burn through this with just the skip on. It's going pretty quick. Oh god. Oh, reliving the early moments. Yikes. Okay. Okay. Here I was supposed to say it's fun.
姉さんは悩みなんてなさそうですもんね。
Rolling his eyes, he shook his head. Rude. I have worries of my own, you know.
例えば
The fact that I'm estranged from everybody from smashing windows in. I paused for a moment, then answered, trying to figure out what my worries are.
なんで疑問系なんですかいいじゃないですか。悩みがなくたって。人間らしくはないですけど、姉さんらしくあります。
I like that I looked so forward to Gretel's route, and then his was the one that I just could not get the good ending on my own. I fucked up his ending so bad that I just kept getting the bad end. I'm not sure I like the way you put it like that.
気のせいじゃありません。
I read that sentence
僕はあな
perfectly.
たのことをアホっぽいと暗に言ったわけです。
Oh my god. Implying you just said it flat out. And zoom skip. Wolfie, I love you. My nerdy awoo. Okay. So, next I'm supposed to say no. Okay, I did that right. And then I'm supposed to say yes. Okay, yep. I did that right. Do, 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 do. The end of the stream is just speeding through everything to see if we can get the good ending. Okay, will you fight back? Oh, I'm supposed to not fight back. Okay. I gave up all pretense of resistance. At this, Gretel scoffed.
素直ですね。
If I flailed around, you might see my panties.
賢明な判
Yeah,
断です。
not that I care, not that he cares. Fucking okay. Well, okay. Wait. What did I? Okay, yeah. Do I have a problem with it? Yes. And wait. Hold on. That's different. Wait. No, it's the questions aren't labeled, so it's like I don't know which one I'm on. Do I believe Gretel? Hold on. This is Wait, okay, hold on. Let's see, okay, to Gretel, it's fun. Well, no, because it's, so from where we were at, it was no, and then yes, and then the next one it says is just, the answer is do as you're told, and it's like, that's not! Okay, I can get, like, one or two of them wrong without triggering the bad end, I think. So let me just skip through this. Is this the right fucking walkthrough? Yeah, it's Gretel. It's giving me questions. Okay, hold on. It's giving me ones that are not... Can I please just read this one? Okay, hold on. What the fricky frack? Hold up. Okay, eat the pancake. Let me try here. Will you fight back? No. This one says to just hit no. I'm angry because you constantly disregard my right to
人
autonomy.
権ね。
Is it...
姉さんの人権は手足を拘束されたぐらいで揺らぐものなんですか？
I don't know. I have no idea where I'm at. You know what? We're gonna... Don't mind me. We're just gonna go back and we're gonna just start this again with a different one. I don't know. We're gonna try Otome Kitten, because that's who I usually use, but it just wasn't loading. Let's just try this again. Don't mind me. I'm sorry. This is... This is pathetic. Okay. Yeah, we are killing it. Okay, swear to Gretel. And then, yes, I want dessert. This one is so much harder to follow than any other walkthrough I've used for other Otome games before. I don't know why. Oh, the flashing is hurting my eyes. I apologize greatly. Okay, it's fun. And then it's a no, yes, no. Yeah, it's a lot of yes and no choices. It's hard to keep track of where I am. Okay, so it's no. Then it's yes. to be perfectly fair, I am very, this has been very distracting, so... no. And then, oh, stop. And then I need to save. I'm gonna save over here. Just so that way I can go back and do this again later if I have to. Okay, now it's no. Confused, I furrowed my brow, suppressing the impatience I felt. I willed myself to stay calm. Listen, Gretel, we're going to be living here together, right?
ええ、そうですよ。
And yet you expect me to stay tied up the whole time? No free will of my own? Don't you think maybe it's a little inhumane to take the power of choice away from me?
そうかもしれませんね。でも、自由になりたいのなら、それこそ姉さんの心がけ次第じゃないでしょうか。
I mean, that's totally fair, Autumn. Multitasking makes it very easy to get distracted from plans afterwards. What do you mean?
今日も姉さんは僕の言いつけを破って、よく知りもしない人間を。
To be fair, I didn't let him into the house. He let himself in. Well, yeah, but my words faltered. He was right. I mean, who is that guy anyway? You know him, right?
さあ、ぶっちゃけ僕もわかりません。
Wait, what? I blinked.
あの人が何者なのか、何を考えているのかもわかりません。
Oh, okay, well, I fell silent. He was so desperate to imprison me, he accepted assistance from someone he couldn't be sure he could trust.
賢い姉さんのことですから、
Yikes.
ここがどこだか、なんとなく気づき始めているんじゃないですか。
I paused to think about it. A summer home somewhere? He didn't answer. Instead, he smiled knowingly. Okay, this is the same as before. It's just waiting to get to the red stuff. No, it's been 2 days since I first got here, or maybe longer since I don't know what day of the week it is. You claim you've been going to school, but to me it feels like you come home way too quick. You probably haven't been going to school at all, have you? What have you been doing out there, Gretel?
姉さんは本当に頭がいいな。
Oh, that's different. He stared out into space for a moment. His expression seemed almost sad. Now I was starting to worry. Come on, Gretel, talk to me. I can tell you're doing this all for a reason, and it's important to you, but is this really the only way?
あるからしているんじゃないですか。
But surely you realize this can't last forever. His gaze faltered for a moment, then returned to me. You know that, right? If the rest of the family finds out we ran away from home and stopped going to school, they're going to come looking for us.
探しに来ませんよ。
He shot back coldly.
あの人たちは僕たちを捨てたんです。
I'm supposed to say no, I don't believe him.
そうです。
I paused to think. Was it possible? Could they have actually abandoned us? No. Okay. There was just no way it could be true. Not that my family would never abandon us, but rather I got the sense that Gretel was keeping me in the dark about a lot of things.
姉さんが信じようが信じまいが、どうだっていいです。僕は誰かの命令じゃなく、僕のしたいように動きます。
He rose to his feet and tied the ribbon to the birdcage at the center of the room.
ラッピングされた姉さんも素敵ですよ。
That's different. Alright, well. Oh. The room was quiet, save for the faint rustle of flipping pages. I was lying on the bed. Gretel was sitting on the chair in the center of the room, reading a book. I was too far away to get a clear look at the front cover, but I could tell it was some kind of math textbook. Given the circumstances, it was almost laudable of him to keep up on his schoolwork. Either that, or he was completely insane. Honestly, the more I tried to see things from his perspective, the less I understood. He seemed like a sinner and a saint all wrapped up in one. He teased me, provoked me, and tied me up, yet he never went further than that. Even his most condescending commands were never enforced. His worst offenses never crossed the line. Granted, this was all just my personal opinion. Other people would probably feel differently, and obviously it didn't make his actions permissible. But if he was going to hurt me, he would have done it by now. Take these wrist restraints, for example. If push came to shove, I could untie them myself or even burn them off. I could escape if I needed to. And then there was no way a guy as smart as Gretel had somehow failed to realize that. Want me to help you with your schoolwork? I called out to him in a cheerful voice, hoping to clear away the awkward tension from earlier.
いえ、結構です。
Come on, don't be shy.
いえ、別に遠慮なんてしてません。
He answered flatly without sparing me a single glance. Boo. I pouted my lips and finally he looked up from his book.
暇なんですか?
Yeah.
寝てればいいじゃないですか。
No. I'm not tired. I don't want to take a nappy. Actually, I do want a nappy.
へえ。
Yeah. His gaze returned to the book. There's nothing to do here. I'm bored. I flailed my legs in protest. But Gretel just ignored me, so I gave up. I couldn't even entertain myself by throwing a tantrum. If we were at home, I could be cooking, or cleaning, or doing laundry right about now. I muttered sulkily. The main room was fairly large, but here in total silence, any small sound would echo.
面倒なことから解放されて、むしろラッキーじゃないですか。
Doing chores was never a waste of time.
それは殊勝なことで。
Come on, let's play a game or something. At last, Gretel closed his textbook.
トランプでもします?
Cards. I can't play cards without my hands.
じゃあ、しりとりでもしますか。しりとり。はい。姉さんどうぞ。
Nectarine.
ご飯。
I should have known Gretel wouldn't make this easy on me. Xylophone.
水遁。
Xenophobia.
シアン。
Xenograft.
内乱。
Xanthic?
修正案。
Fucking... Xenotransplantation.
なんでそんなに最初に「ん」がつく言葉を知ってるんですか?
I memorized the whole bunch a long time ago, specifically in case this ever happened. I smirked smugly.
どうでもいいことしますね。
So you're giving up because that means I win.
別にいいですよ、それで。んで始まる言葉よりも、んで終わる言葉の方がはるかに多いですから。
This wiped the smirk right off my face. I flopped down on the bed and turned away from him.
そういえば、今日のお風呂はどうしますか?
Yes, please! I shot back up again. Even I was impressed with how quickly I was able to change my tune.
暇なら、今から一風呂浴びてくればいいじゃないですか。半身浴でデトックスですよ。
Are you saying I need to lose weight? I mean, he's not letting you exercise, so you gotta get something going.
まさか、姉さんのいいところの一つはおっぱいなんですから、痩せたらむしろマイナスですよ。
Desperately, I bit back the urge to scream. Saying as he somehow knew my panty size, it really came as no surprise to think he probably knew my cup size as well. Just to be clear, you aren't going around making these inappropriate comments to anyone else, are you?
するはずがありません。僕は姉さん以外の女の子には非常に紳士的な対応をとっているつもりですよ。
You could be a gentleman with me too, you know. We haven't got to the end yet. This is still the teasing phase. I was happy to know he had limited this rude, unreasonable behavior to me only. In a way, it made me special. And I liked the idea of having a special connection with him, even if it wasn't romantic.
さあ、着替えも用意してますので、安心してお入りください。
Great. What costume is he gonna put me in this time? Okay, I'm supposed to do as I'm told. Okay, well, untie me first.
はいはい。
Gretel rose from his chair and walked over to me.
お
What is it? He came to a stop and fixed me with a long stare.
やっぱり今日は僕が先に入ろうと思います。いいですか？
Huh? Sure, I don't mind. I tilted my head inquisitively.
僕が入っている間に何か悪さしないでくださいね。
Is this reverse psychology? Of course not. I'm not you, you know. I laughed.
そうですか。それじゃあお先に失礼します。
And with that, he disappeared into the bathroom. Whew. Now then. Once I confirmed the door was shut, I got up from the bed. Okay, I need to get revenge. Hee 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 hee. Time to get my revenge for all the humiliation he's put me through. I totally sounded like a villain from a shonen manga, but I didn't care.
あ、そうだ。
Oh, Jesus. And so the villain's plan was foiled in one fell swoop. Why? Because Gretel walked out of the bathroom in his underwear. As if someone had shown a flashlight in my face, I immediately realized I couldn't put my hands over my eyes, so instead I squeezed them shut.
はしたない。ギャーなんて仮にも女性なんですから、もうちょっと可愛く叫んでくださいよ。
I could hear the annoyance with his voice. Well, yeah, well, what's the matter with you? Either put on a shirt or shut the door.
はい、閉めました。
You're still in here! Nice try, Gretel. I meant go back inside.
うん。姉さんも学習してきましたね。
What's the matter with you? I knew it. You're trying to trick me.
今さらかまと飛ぶって。僕の下着だって平気な顔して洗濯してたじゃないですか。
Your underwear is not the same thing as your naked body.
いや、別に真っ裸じゃなくて
God.
下着姿ですし。第一、姉さんが持っていた少女小説でも半裸の男とヒロインが
Oh my God.
くんず
Stop
ほぐれつ
quoting
って
the
感じでしたけど。
La 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 la, I'm not listening. Ah! Honestly, my genuine reaction as well. Unable to bear it, I dropped to my knees. All that screaming had left me out of breath. Then, after a moment, I heard the bathroom door open and shut. I raised my head slowly, timidly opened my eyes. Evidently, Gretel had gone back into the bathroom. This time, I could hear the water running. You'd think that would be enough to fool me, but the joke's on you. I whirled around to find no one there. Wait, what? Now then, where was I? Gretel's taking a bath. So what's my next move? This is all new. Okay, you know, we're gonna have to actually stop here. I'm gonna take a screenshot of where we left off. On the... on the walkthrough. So that way we can continue. But it is late, and I've been staying up way too late with how early I have to get up in the morning that I've barely been waking up in time for work, so I will have to call this the end of the stream tonight. We are going to just save here. Or, well... It's fine. I'll leave it unlocked so I know that that's the one. But we're gonna leave that here for the night. So we will get to Gretel's ending next week for next Oto Monday. And if time allows, then we can start Kaguya's. But we'll see how long Gretel's good end is. So we got to an ending tonight, just not the one we wanted. I could have just called it there, but Gretel deserves better than being burned alive, so... Oh, goodness. That is classic me for getting endings on a blind run. But thanks everybody for joining. This was a lot of fun. I had a blast. I'll see you guys next week for next Oto Monday, and I'll see you Thursday for more dot hack infection. Whee! But you guys have a great rest of your night, or if you're watching during the daytime in the future, have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated. I love you all, and see you next time.